Hi, everyone. Welcome to Just Go Play Snapshots, where we bring you weekly tips every week on kids from athleticism, nutrition, and just how to be the best version of themselves at an early stage in life, right through till they grow up. Today, I got this question that's been bothering me, and I want to ask T, and I think everyone's probably interested in this question is, my kids are picky eaters. I just wanted to know, what are some healthy breakfast options my kids can have?
Yeah, Daryl, I think most kids probably from a very young age till much later in life, their normal breakfast is a bowl of cereal and milk, whether that's 2% milk or almond milk or whatever you have in the house. Cereals range from a healthier option to something with a bit more sugar. Um, there's a couple things you can do, and I think what's nice too is all of these options you can adjust based on their tastes and how they eventually evolve to be less picky. So one that I always recommend is smoothies. Smoothies are a great option because you can hide a lot of vegetables into them and disguise the taste with fruit. So for example, you can make a smoothie that has oats in it to give them a lot of that energy they need from carbs. You can have spinach in there, avocado, you can add almond or a nut butter, you can add banana, berries, anything like that. So the taste to them almost tastes like a milkshake. You can add a bit of cacao powder or anything like that.
Ooh, that
For
sounds
them,
good.
it tastes a bit like a milkshake, but you know that it's actually filled and packed with nutrients. The one thing I just say about smoothies is make sure it's not all fruit. You have that balance of other vegetables or other ingredients, because otherwise it's just a thing full of sugar. So I think smoothies are a really, really good option. Do your kids like fruit?
They do. They do eat fruit. Not every fruit. They're pretty picky, but I think we can sneak in some fruit on.
Yeah, it's a great way. You can add like spinach, you can add avocado, you can add tons of different things in there. So that's a really good option, I find, because you can also, it's nice, you can also make them the night before. And then on the way to school, when everyone gets back into actually going to school, it's ready in the fridge. They can take it and go. Really easy option. If you have a bit more time, there's two other things I always recommend. One is, breakfast sandwiches or eggs and toast, which sometimes you need a bit more time on the weekends, but it really doesn't take very long to make eggs. It's nice because you can also add some vegetables, mushrooms, onions, peppers, cut everything up the night before, fry it up quickly, you're good to go. Or you could do something like oatmeal where you can add berries to it, you can add nuts to it, you can add cinnamon to it to give it a bit more flavor. Also a really good option, especially if kids want a warm breakfast. And it's a nice difference from oatmeal or from cereal.
Awesome, awesome. I got one more question before we're done here. Okay, kids are usually pretty picky eaters. Can you give us three suggestions to deal for parents and how they could deal with their kids if they're picky eaters?
Yeah, the first I'd say is incorporate them into the cooking process however you can, whether it's them helping you pick meals, whether it's taking them grocery shopping, whether it's getting them to help you cut up whatever it is you need. Once kids feel like they're part of the process and they helped make the food, they're more likely to actually want to eat it. The second is make sure that they enjoy mealtime. Don't make it something so stressful. Don't focus just on the fact that you want them to eat things. Keep them engaged in conversation. The more they're having a good time, they might not even notice that they're eating so much. And the last thing I'd say is expose them to more things. So if they can see different types of foods and different cuisines, and also don't just give up the first time you expose them to something. Try it again and again. And when they see you guys eating them and enjoying it, they're more likely to, at least over time, be willing to try things. So just make it fun, get them involved, and yeah, try new things.
That's really good advice because my guys are really picky eaters, and there's always a fight at dinner time. I tell you, I've had to referee a few good fights, so I get it, and I'm gonna definitely try some of those things because we're not doing it. Ours is more we force them. You got to eat this. This is good for you. You have to eat them. So you know, the
Yeah.
education piece, I think, is really important. You
Yeah.
know,
The
and
last thing is, yeah, really educating them and keep getting them to understand why they need to eat what they're eating. They need to eat certain things because it gives them energy. Good energy will help them run better and play with their friends and do whatever activities they want. So the education piece around why they need to eat good food versus sugars and junk food is so, so important. And if anyone wants tips or tricks on recipes or ways to incorporate food, message us and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that we need to teach kids that there's treats and then there's real food. These treats aren't real food. This is the message I give to my kids. They know things like McDonald's and whatnot, those junk food, that's a treat. We get that once in a while. This is real food. You can't eat treats every day for to live. That's once in a while. So like the 80-20 rule I use with them. So they get that. And I think that you're right. That I use some education there, but I haven't in other places. But they understand that. So you're dead on. Awesome. I great points. Thanks for joining us today, guys. And if you guys like what you hear, please share this with your friends. Don't be a secret agent. And thanks for coming in. Remember, just go play. See you guys.
Bye.